This also, I was going to say this go on YouTube because I'm used to streaming Twitch. Also, this is apparently mirrored. I'm just now noticing. Fix my webcam a little bit. Yeah, so I don't like that. First ever live stream on YouTube. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the PlayStation 5. It was just revealed that it'd be releasing this next holiday season, 2020 holiday season. Yeah, so I want to first talk about what Sony said, and then we'll go over my opinions, like how I feel about this, and whatever you guys think. So, doesn't seem like there's anyone right now. Let's give it a couple minutes, and then I'll officially kick things off. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be able to like pull anything up because I'm using the YouTube client. I kind of want to use Streamlabs in the future. I'm mostly going to be streaming on Twitch. But I wanted to make an exception here and try it out. So yeah. But I'm looking at some information here. Let's wait one more minute. We'll see who's here. Oh, that mutes it. No, don't stream it. Don't stream it. Don't end the stream. Yeah, so let's see. Where are we at time? Okay, we're just about 2 minutes in, so charge my phone. And then we'll officially get started. Look how bad this charger is. Like, look, it's like it still works. You know what? Maybe tomorrow after work and after class, I might actually go to the store and get a new charger. I'll probably do that in between work and class, though. I don't know. We'll see. No, I wouldn't really have that much time. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I have one for the car charger, and then I also like to have a spare in my house. And I also use the wireless charging. So, what's this? This is new. Oh, I could like just have it up on my phone. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. So first up, from this comes from the when I noticed it, Twitter, PlayStation's official Twitter account, and it says PlayStation 5 launches holiday 2020. So we're gonna look at that. There's actually two tweets to go along with that. Another additional tweet. I'll say that, but there's two tweets altogether. So an update on next gen PlayStation 5 launches holiday 2020. Featuring a new controller with haptic technology and adaptive triggers. I can't even talk. So like the R1, R2, L1, L2 shoulder buttons. Actually, no, I take that back. It would just this is a Nintendo Switch Pro, so it'd be like the outer buttons, R2 and L2. I don't think they're talking about the other shoulder buttons. Yeah. So okay. So they originally were talking. I think they were interviewing. They were talking to Wired. Or was it The Verge? I believe it was Wired. Back in April about the new PlayStation. It wasn't until today we got the official name and a release window, not release date, but release window. Not the exact date though. They know there's been a lot of excitement going on. And by the way, this is President and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, the brand new President and CEO, Jim Ryan. Today, he is proud to share that their new next generation console will be called PlayStation 5, and it's going to be launching holiday 2020. These updates may not be a huge surprise, but we wanted to confirm them for our PlayStation fans as we start to reveal additional details about our vision for the next generation. Wired magazine covered these updates and more in a story posted this morning. We're going to read that in a minute. I'm going to pull that up for now, though. You know what? I'm going to do this so it's a little easier to look at monitor the chat and all that. Let's see. Damn it. So yeah, so there's going to be a new addition to the controller, and it sounds like it's going to be more of like a HD Rumble, kind of like what the Nintendo Switch has with the Joy-Cons and Pro Controller, where let's say I know a lot of people really don't care about this game, but 1-2 Switch, you can see ice cubes. They didn't say that, but basically it's not just going to be like the same kind of Rumble. That's basically like PS4. It's like, yeah, sometimes it's Rumble and sometimes it's a light Rumble, sometimes it's like rough, sometimes it's for a long time, but it's not like the greatest Rumble ever. It's not horrible either, but I would say it's better than my iPhone 10. The vibration on this is actually a lot better than my other phone. Well, anyway, so they had an opportunity with the new controller to reimagine how the sense of touch can add to that immersion. I assume they're also referring to the touch. I don't have PlayStation 4 controller here. What is this? This is a PS3 controller. Wow, yeah, it still works. Last time I tried it, but and then this is just a third-party accessory on top. So Sony PlayStation 3, DualShock 3, I should say, for the PlayStation 3. We had the two analog sticks, L2, L1, R1, and then L1, L2, L2 and R2. So yeah, and then on the PS4 we had a screen, which for some games you use, but a lot of games you just tapped in and would go like first person. Well, like Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5, that's what that did. A game like what was it? Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, or Yakuza 6, whatever the full title was. Yeah, you actually could use this more and like for the baby. Yeah, just there's an imaginary screen button right here, so it's not really a screen, but you know what I mean. So I'm hoping they'll actually kind of utilize that more. Now, what I don't want to see is this. So where is it? It's over here. I don't want to see a big, bulky controller like this. If this is going to be the PlayStation 4 controller, if this is going to be the PlayStation 5 controller, I'm going to be very disappointed. You know, I'm not even a fan of this controller. It's not, I mean, there's some things. Yeah, it's not even charging. That's right. I don't use it very often anyway. It's usually on the charger 99.9% of the time anyway, so a little overestimated and exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Okay, so to that end, there are two key generation innovations with the PlayStation 5's new controller. So I'm assuming that's going to be DualShock 5, probably. First, okay, yeah. So basically, I already talked about the Rumble, but I'll say more because they're probably doing better. Explain that to me because I have no idea really what I'm talking about. So I haven't seen the PlayStation 5 controller. Some developers out there, I'm sure, have. You know, but okay, where was I? So yes, to be fifth generation of consoles, fifth generations of PlayStation consoles. So it'll technically be the ninth generation. And then I guess when Nintendo releases the Switch 2, I'm not talking about Switch Pro, but whatever Nintendo comes their next gen, that'd be the 10th generation for consoles. Because technically they're on the ninth. I don't care what other people say, but Nintendo's on the ninth. Wii U was 8th. Wii was 7th. So on, so on. Okay, so yeah, it's basically going to be better, but you truly feel a broader range of feedback. So crashing into a wall in a race car feels much different than making a tackle on the football field. You can even get a sense for a variety of textures when running through fields of grass or plodding through mud. And then it looks like the next thing is the triggers, R2 and L2. Developers can program the resistance of the triggers so that you feel the tactile sensation of drawing a bow and arrow or accelerating an off-road vehicle through rocky terrain. Combinations with this can produce a powerful experience that better simulates various actions. Game creators have started to receive early versions of the new controller, so like prototypes or whatever, and we can't even see where their imagination go. We can't wait to see where their imagination goes with these new features at their disposal. That makes a little more sense. And then they went on to talk about more games coming to. Yeah, they'll talk about more about the PS5. I don't think we'll hear more until next year. I'm thinking February. I mean, that kind of makes sense with the PlayStation 3. The PS4, we got that revealed February 2013. Yeah, there was rumors before that too, but February 2013 was the official reveal. which I guess would technically be the official reveal for the PS5. Because, yeah, it's like, this is more of like a semi-reveal, I guess. I wouldn't even count back in April as a reveal. I mean, this is the name reveal, unless they're going to surprise us. Like, yeah, we're actually not going to call it PlayStation 5. I guess maybe down like 10, 15. Like, no, not even. I don't even know. I think they'd be better off just keeping it with the numbers, unless they go back to handhelds, and that's different. PlayStation Vita 2. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I'm probably in the minority here. But I actually wouldn't mind seeing a Vita 2, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, so yeah, we're probably not going to hear anymore. Then it goes on to say, it's like, oh, there's games coming out this year, next year. PS4, we got Death Stranding launching November 8th, I believe. The Last of Us Part 2, February, was it 20th or 21st? I think it was the 21st. And Ghost of Tsushima, which I don't think has a release date yet. I'd like to thank all PlayStation fans for continuing the journey with us as we embark on the future of games. That's the new president and CEO of SIE, Jim Ryan, excuse me. That's my dog running up here. So now we got from Wired. He's probably going to come in this room, which is fun. Are you out there, Blue? Okay, so exclusive. A deeper look at the PlayStation 5 from Wired. Come on, don't be like The Verge. Or not The Verge. Whatever website that you constantly will say, breaking, shocking news. We have information about the release date of the PlayStation 5, and then you read it, third paragraph down, it's like, oh, we don't know anything yet, just rumors. Sony hasn't said anything. Okay, now I don't think, this isn't what that is, because it wouldn't make sense that Sony would share this. So, now that the name is official, we've got more details about Sony's next-gen console, from the haptic-packed controller to UI improvements. Ever since the original PlayStation hit the market in 1994, and this is me reading it, by the way, ever since the original PlayStation hit the market in 1994, Sony's series of video game consoles has stuck to the number. No Super, no Max, no Code Red Extreme, just PlayStation 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that's what makes sense. With such unwavering consistency, the name of the next iteration has been a question only in the most technical sense. But Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan, President and CEO Jim Ryan, is still ready to answer it. The console, he tells me, will be called PlayStation 5. It's nice to be able to say it, he says, like a giant burden has been lifted from my shoulders. So yeah, PS5 holiday season 2020. Not this holiday season, no. Come on, we got to get the Nintendo Switch Pro before the PS5. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I think we're going to get a Switch Pro, or maybe it's going to be called New Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch U, maybe March 20th, although if Animal Crossing is going to launch in that's not a super exciting game to launch on, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get a reveal for Nintendo on Twitter in a couple weeks for a video the following day. Anyway, that's for another live stream. Okay, so yeah, they haven't really said much about the PS5 since April, it says. Wired, yes, it was Wired who originally talked about it. Yeah, they really haven't said anything other than I think all they said was it's not coming within the next 12 months. And that's still going to be the case. Might be coming within the next 14 months, but not the next 12 months, because it's October now. It's going to be October in 12 months. That's next year. So, I should say 13 months, because it's probably launched in November, not December. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so avoid during them. Okay, we got Microsoft revealed details on it. Yeah, well, we got that back at E3 this year, a few months ago. They said Xbox Scarlet, there's a video, and then it said like, oh, these developers can do all this and all this. We'll release this product holiday 2020. So yeah, that's Project Scarlet right now. Like the PS5, the Scarlet will boost a CPU based on AMD's Ryzen line and a GPU based on its Navi family. Like the PS5, it will ditch the spinning hard drive for a solid state drive. That's actually good. In a conference room of Sony's U.S. headquarters, PlayStation basically. Ryan and system architect Mark Cerny are eager to share specifics. Okay. when we last discussed the forthcoming console, he spoke about its ability to support ray tracing, a technique that can enable complex lighting and sound effects in 3D environments. Okay. Oh, thanks. So then he says, someone said, there is ray tracing acceleration in the GPU hardware, which I believe is the statement that people were looking for. I remember, I'm actually glad it's going to be a solid state drive and not a hard disk drive. I mean, if it wouldn't be the end of the world if it was, but what they use flash drive. That'd be cool. The SSD sweeps away the need for all that. Oh, wait, hold on. I just skipped a big chunk of this. Okay, back to the PS5 solid state drive, which Sony first installed for the way it can turn loading time from a hassle to a blink. Yeah, I believe they also said, okay, developers, okay. Oh, yeah, here's the Spider-Man thing. I also remember Review Tech USA making a video on this, with the Spider-Man thing at least. So, he adds, if you look at a game like Marvel Spider-Man, there are some pieces of data duplicated 400 times on the hard drive. Sweeps away. Okay, yeah, so the SSD will make it go faster. SSDs are much better than HDDs, I should say. So loading time should be much faster. So they might be more expensive, but they're better, I think, in my opinion. How developers will take advantage of that space will likely differ. Continue. This is just the article, not so much him talking anymore. Some may opt to build a larger or more detailed game world. Others may be content shrink to the size of the games or patches. Either way, physical games for the PS5 will use 100 gigabyte optical discs inserted into an optical drive that doubles as a 4K. I can't even talk. 4K Blu-ray player. Okay. Well, yeah, you're still going to have to install games, obviously. This time around, it aided in part. Okay. I know what I'm talking about. It's pretty long. Regardless of what part of the game you choose to install and play. Oh, yeah, I do remember. I think you'll be able to install parts of the game while you're playing, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's go back. Will be a bit different than the PS4. This time around, aided in part by the simplified game data possible with the SSD. Sony is changing its approach to storage, making for a more configurable installation and removal process. Rather than treating games like a big block of data, Sony says, we're allowing finer-grained access to the data. That could mean the ability to install just the game's multiplayer campaign, leaving the single-player campaign for another time, or just installing the whole thing and then deleting the single-player campaign once you've finished it. I know sometimes there's PC games that kind of allow you to do that, but regardless of what parts of the game you choose to install and play, you'll be able to stay abreast of it via a completely revamped user interface. That's good. Be funny if it's like, I don't just don't install the cutscenes. No, that'd be stupid. I guess you're not getting any cutscenes. Which, hey, I mean, I guess if you just care about gameplay and nothing else, then that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to skip through this a little bit. Okay, next up. Oh, yeah. So now they're talking about the dev kit and a racing game. So there's a version of Gran Turismo Sport that Sony had ported over to PS5 dev kit. A dev kit that on quick glance looks a lot like the one Gizmodo reported on last week, says Wired. And they're basically they're refusing to give any more info, which makes sense. I mean, they don't want to give too much information out right now. Doing the same thing on the same track using a DualShock 4 on a PS4. That sensation disappeared entirely. It wasn't that the old style rumble feedback paled in comparison. It was that there was no feedback at all. User tests found that rumble feedback was too tiring to use continuously. So the release version of Gran Turismo Sport simply didn't use it. All right. That difference has been a long time coming. Project manager Toshi Aoki says the controller team has been working on haptic feedback since the DualShock 4 was in development. Okay. Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. And now I'm not an expert on all of these terms, by the way. Just to let you know. I mean, I know like some of the basic stuff, but I know an SSD, solid state drive. It's basically a drive where there's no disk. A hard disk drive has a disk in it. And then like flash drive. Do I have a flash drive sitting around here? No, I do not. I don't know why I need to even say this, but yeah. So be like a USB. Doesn't even have to be USB, but no, it doesn't always have to be USB. But a lot of times it is. Okay, so let's continue. How game studios will use all these new features from previously known ones like the SSD and ray tracing. It says ray tracing acceleration to newer ones like the controller and real-time UI user interaction is still a matter of some speculation. I want to actually look up something real fast, and I want to make sure. Ray tracing. I just want to clarify something with myself. In computer graphics, ray tracing is a rendering technique for... Okay, so it's just basically like rendering an image. Okay, that's what it is. I knew it had something to do with graphics, but I still don't consider myself an expert on this, but that's right. While a number of studios already had their PS5 dev kits, the controller prototypes began rolling out much more recently, and no one is ready to name specific titles they're developing for the PS5. We're working on a big one right now, says Marco Thrush. The article reads, oh, and he's the president of Blue Point Games, apparently. And Shadow of the Colossus. They worked on that game. That was re-released on the PS4. He says, Marco Thrush says, I'll let you figure out the rest. The SSD has me really excited, he says. You don't need to do gameplay hacks anymore to artificially slow players down, lock them behind doors, anything like that. But in the back in the cartridge days, gamers used to load instantly. We're kind of going back to what consoles used to be. Well, faster loading is good, Who's this? Okay, so Laura. Comes from Laura Miel. I don't know how to say it. I'm going to say Miel. So she says that, in her words, I could be really specific and talk about experimenting with ambient occlusion techniques or the examination of ray trace shadows, says Laura Miele, chief studio officer for EA. Oh, this is Electronic Arts. Okay. She then says they're seeing the GPU able to power machine learning for all sorts of really interesting advancements in the gameplay and other tools. Above all, she says, the speed of everything will crop consoles. We're stepping into the generation of immediacy. In mobile games, we expect a game to download in moments and to be just a few taps from jumping right in. Now, we're able to tackle that in a big way. The sort of tackle gets a lot easier. Jim Ryan knows when a burden has been lifted from your shoulders, so say hello to the PlayStation 5 officially. Maybe one of these days we'll learn all what the thing actually looks like. And that last paragraph is the article. So that's it. Now, my issue I have with this, it's not the PS5. I think the PS5 is going to be a great console. But they kind of revealed it weird. Like even Nintendo, when they said like, oh, Nintendo NX. Yeah, it was on Twitter. It was kind of weird. But then when they officially transitioned from NX to Switch, we at least got a video. And it's just weird that Sony's like, oh, yep, names PlayStation 5 coming next year. Here's an article. Wired has more to do with it. That's fine. And I think this does sound exciting, but why it just seems that I feel like Sony should be coming out and saying this. Shouldn't say come out, but they should speak up about this. I think Sony Interactive Entertainment, or Worldwide Studios, I should say, not Sony Corporation so much, but PlayStation needs to come and actually announce more of this. Why are they having? Not saying. I mean, I'm covering this news, but I don't understand why other companies are having to do this. Like, but whatever. Also, I don't know what the price of the PS5 will be. I'm hoping it's not going to be $800. I've also heard rumors that, now this is just based on general rumors, not like articles or anything, but some people think there's going to be PS5, PS5 Pro. I think there is going to be a PS5 Pro, but I don't know if it'll be at launch. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And it's like one model is going to be $500 and the other one's going to be like $700 or $800, something like that. Okay, those aren't like, maybe it's like $600, $800, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I don't think the PS5 will be any more than $500. In fact, I'm not even sure if it will be $500 US, by the way. $450, I'm thinking it'd be around, maybe I'm completely wrong, but I'd say anywhere from $400 to $450. Well, okay, $400 to $450, maybe $500, but I don't think it'd be any more expensive than that, unless you're getting like this bundle with 10 games. Well, yeah, then it'd be ridiculous. Yeah, so, but 2019, well, yeah, 2019 has been a good year for PlayStation. You have Death Stranding launching next month on November 8th. I believe that's a Tuesday, from Kojima Productions. Hideo Kojima's first game he has developed after leaving Konami Digital Entertainment. And I think that'll probably be ported to PlayStation 5 as well as PC down the road. It could be a launch title. I don't know. I'm thinking, I think Ghost of Tsushima, I believe that's supposed to come on PS4, so I feel like that'll be cross-generation. In fact, I can see Ghost of Tsushima releasing the same day. I could see it releasing on PS4 the same day as the PS5, and I'm wondering if that might be a launch title. But The Last of Us Part 2, it would launch on PS4 in February. And then I think it'll be relaunched, remastered version or whatever, whether they call it that remastered edition, definitive edition. I don't know. They might maybe they just call it Last of Us Part 2. Who knows? I wish they would just call it The Last of Us 2. It was Part 2. It wasn't called Part 1, so part sounds weird. But, and then I think there will be some launch titles too, but I don't know. So we'll have to see. Yeah. I don't really have much more to say about this. I actually enjoyed doing this. I know it wasn't like a super long stream. I'm probably going to switch over to Twitch. Not that I won't stream on YouTube again, but I feel like Twitch is a better fit for me on Twitch. So, but I did want to give this a try. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you have enjoyed, and without further ado, I will see you guys next time.